But let's quickly zoom into the other group, Group B, where there's also a huge focus. The three Lions are there. It's all to play for in that group. England are top with 4 points, Iran second with 3, USA 2 points, Wales have just a point. Later tonight at 7 p.m., you have England up against Wales, and then Iran facing USA. That's more of a political game. It has everything you want. It's a game you can't miss. Iran, USA, and then England, Wales. Two neighbors who want a win badly. Guys, let's focus on the Group B encounters. The political one, Iran, USA, and then the battle of the neighbors, England against Wales as well. First, USA, Iran. Susu.
I think it's going to be a very tough game for the USA because I believe Jürgen Klinsmann, a famed Germany international, former US coach, he's not a US citizen, made some very inflammatory remarks on BBC where he said that Iranian culture is cheating. And I think it will stoke the fires. I think he's given Iran serious motivation going into this game. Already the geopolitical tension would have given the Iranians some passion into the game. But he's made it 10 times worse. And Iran have quality. I always say Mediterranean is one of the best strikers in Europe. Very underrated striker. He's playing so well for Porto. We've seen him at this World Cup. He scored 2 goals against England. He got an assist in their last game. So this is a striker who you don't want to be playing against. And the USA, they like to play attractive football, push forward, leave space on the wings, and to play into Iran's hands. Because Iran are a counter-attacking team. We saw them do it to Wales. Wales had all the ball, but Iran got the late red card and Iran won the game. So it's a bad position for the USA to be in because they need the win more than Iran. Iran gets a draw, and depending on what Wales and England do, Iran go through. But Iran's goal difference might hurt them, but it's all in Iran's favor because, like I said, some of these games, you want to be on the same points and same goal difference as the other team going into the game. Because you want to be playing the game on an even foot. If you are playing it on you need the win more foot. And against certain teams, it doesn't play into your favor because you have to open up, you have to chase the game. And that is where the USA will be in trouble because Iran, that's what Iran wants anyway. And now it's a must. It's going to be very difficult.
So Iran with advantage for you?
Iran with the advantage for me. I think they'll go through because
they are just through with which team?
England. Wales just don't have the quality for me. Really? I believe that they will really struggle. Even though that I don't see the England beating Wales heavily, I just don't feel Wales have much quality, and I feel like they'll go out.
But speaking of the three Lions, in their first game they were good against the Iranians, but against USA it was a very difficult game to watch. That goalless draw.
That was their real face.
Exactly. But speaking of the three Lions tonight against Wales, it's a matter of they trying to also top the group because if they don't win the group, what happens in Group A will affect them as well. They will likely face the Dutch as early as possible, or even the Ecuadorians if they qualify, or Senegal, depending on who qualifies from the Group A. How important is it for the English team to top this group?
Honestly, I don't think any of those teams will be a good matchup for the English. It doesn't matter who. I don't think any of those teams are a good
Dutch,
matchup.
Ecuador, and Senegal.
It does not. It's not that they cannot be. It's not that the English can be. It's not a good matchup because what England wants is a team that is going to. They want to also play on the counter. We know Gareth Southgate. He wants to play on the counter, and the Dutch, the Ecuadorians, and even to a certain extent Senegal are more adept at soaking pressure and letting the other team have the ball than the English. And they're going to have the ball. They're going to be very slow. They're very ponderous in possession. They're not going to create much. It's going to be, honestly, the Dutch will eat them alive, in my opinion. They will eat them alive. They will eat them alive. So.
And Jude, your thoughts on the English team? I mean, they face.
I think England will
Wales tonight.
Wales have been quite abysmal at this competition. I mean, the game against Iran was quite clear for all to see. I think their lack of tournament experience has come to haunt them very badly at this year's World Cup. So I don't think they stand a chance against England. And going into this game, coming on the back of the pressure from the press, Southgate has been facing with regards to player selection. I'm sure he's going to definitely make some changes into the first 11. In that, for the first 2 games, he left it untouched. This time round, I think a player like Phil Foden will be given some running. And
so Foden over Saka.
I think It'll be very difficult
Foden should be
decision.
playing over Mason Mount, not Saka.
So Foden comes into the midfield.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would start Foden ahead of Saka tonight, just to give him some running into the competition and also give him a platform.
Why not Mason Mount?
Mason Mount appears to be the darling of every football coach, and it's easy to say that it's a Chelsea thing. But to be fair, Tuchel left, Potter came, he's still playing. Lampard, he was playing. Tuchel, he was playing. Southgate, he was playing. Mount offers a lot more to the team defensively and offensively. So he's become sort of every coach's darling boy. So I don't see, and to be fair, it's a bit more with Southgate, if I'm being honest. So I don't see Foden starting ahead of Mount in this English team. Maybe ahead of Saka, considering the kind of football or the game you saw Saka with. He wasn't at his lethal best, but I think Foden will get a nod ahead of him. And in the midfield too, I'm hearing that Bellingham will be dropped in favor of more flair going attack-wise. So I expect England to win that particular game, a clean sweep. But for the US-Iran game, see, if we have a US midfield of Yunus and Tyler Adams that turned up against England, turned up the same way against Iran, I don't think Iran stand a chance. And I don't know why Greg Belhatak still keeps putting Aronson, the leads forward, on the bench for the USA. I think he's the most aggressive of the front three. Together with Villa and Pulisic, they are absolutely the three who should be starting up front for the USA. And like I said, if Tyler Adams and Yunus Musa show up for the USA in the heart of their midfield, it should be a very easy win for the US. But of course, with everything that has characterized that game, there will be a lot more pressure on the team. You recall the pressure involving Iranian journalists and the US officials. It had clearly nothing to do with football. That was, to a large extent, also translates on the pitch. Emotions to be high. And this is a fairly young USA side. I'm not sure about how they'll be able to soak in the pressure, especially against the experience of the Iranians. Mind you, Carlos Queiroz has been around for a long time. He will know what to tell the boys going into a very important game like that, because he's been Ferguson's number 2 for only God knows how long. So the experience, I think the Iranians have it, but the technical ability, I think, goes in favor of the USA, and I expect them to come out on top in this fiery clash.
So you're picking England
and USA
from Group B. Yeah. So you're picking England and Iran in Group B.
I disagree that the USA actually have the quality. They look like they have the quality. But the whole tournament, they've had just 2 shots on target. They are not a serious attacking.
Let's see how things go tonight.
I mean, and that's my point. Yeah. They are very blunt. And if you are playing against a team like Iran, who's defending deep and going to make things difficult, and you are that blunt against teams who are kind of a bit more open and were attacking, because Wales attacked them in the second half. England attacked them, I'll put in quotes, because they were very flat themselves. And they still couldn't do much on the counter with all that space. I'm not afraid.
It'll be great games to watch tonight. So Group A, Group B wrapping up tonight. So many thanks to Susu Graham and also Jude Mensah, Dan Kand.